Hey everybody, it's Erin here from the Petite Planner. I hope your July is going well and that you're getting ready to set up for August. I have a fun new bullet journal set up for you this month. So this month I went with the theme of travel and I tried to do some colors that I don't normally do, which I've been trying because I was receiving way too many comments about how much pink I use, and I know that I use a lot of pink, so I'm trying to broaden my horizons here. So for this month, I said that I did travel. So I started with this back end of a Volkswagen bus. And what I did to draw this is I did draw most of this out in advance because I'm not completely confident drawing vehicles. So I looked at a picture, an actual photograph of a Volkswagen bus. And then I tried to do that all in pencil. And then I added August as the license plate. And then I added a quote at the bottom as well. So what I'm using for my colors this month are two of the zebra mild liners. These are from the dark, I don't know what all the pack names are, but I believe the yellow and this pinkish red color are both from the same pack. And then I'm using a green Crayola. And those are going to be the only three colors that I use throughout. And then I'm using my Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pens and this Tombow Foodie pen. So that's all you need if you want to follow along with some of these. I thought this quote was really fitting considering that my theme was like travel oriented, and it says, "Cover the earth before it covers you." And here's a little unknown fact about me. I've never been out of the country. In fact, I think I've traveled to like 5 states. So maybe this theme isn't really fitting for me. I would love to travel more, but after having kids, I made excuse after excuse as to why I couldn't travel. So this coming year is going to be about making more experiences and having less material things. I've become quite materialistic, and that's a hard pill for me to swallow. But I want to start taking my children places and getting them more worldly as well as myself. So this is just kind of my ode to the next year, and it was just something that I wanted to try because I feel like I've done a lot of the same very general themes, and I wanted to try something that was new and kind of out of my comfort zone. So for my calendar, I just did the squares, and I've been really enjoying having the weekend, so Saturday and Sunday, on the right-hand page and the rest of the week on the left-hand page. Getting used to these smaller boxes in the Tulle versus the Nuna is kind of a big change, but I'm really enjoying this notebook. I love the paper quality from the paper shop that I got them from on Etsy. This paper is super thick. In my Nuna had I tried to use the mild liners, every single time they seeped through the back, and these you can't even tell that there's anything on the back side of the page. So for my lettering, I also tried to do something a little different this month. I'm known for just doing like simple calligraphy and then like outlining it, but I wanted to go for this more like block theme, and so that's what I did. But I change everything up in this, and I'm not just doing one style. And then here in the left hand corner, we're just doing a fun little doodle that I came up with that's very travel themed. So a suitcase, a map, a compass, and then some little additional arrow things. Which brings me to something very exciting. I think I talked about it before just maybe once on my channel. But on August 1st, my new doodle course, Delighted in Doodling, is going to be completely live, and it's launching, and I'm so excited. It's ready, and I cannot wait to share it. I just recently closed down pre-sales on the course, and now we are getting into the actual launch phase where everybody who is enrolled will get to see all the content. So this course is about doodling fundamentals, so breaking things down into basic shapes and then building out from there and refining shapes. But then I'm also going to help you develop a style through shading and through different line work and through shapes and stuff like that. So it's really going to be a fun course. So far, this has been my very favorite course to create, and so I'm super excited. If you want to check it out, or if you want to be added to the list of when it goes live, definitely check out the description. There is a link there for you to check out. So similar to July, on the right-hand side of my calendar, I am doing my habit tracker. This is still something that I'm not quite used to in this notebook. For months that have 31 days, there's only one extra space, one extra row of boxes at the top. So I have to use icons to do this. So, which I like the icons, but it is a little weird getting used to not having an entire large space for my habit tracker. So I've also created a key because this month I did add a couple new habits. So I have workout, yoga, intermittent fasting, and then I have a new one, which is Duolingo, which is a app that teaches you different languages. So I'm currently learning Spanish. And then I also have work and Instagram because I've been sucking at Instagram, and I'm back to tracking my calories, and then intimacy, and then I'm also back to doing some personal development. So now I am adding these itty bitty, you can't really see them, but they're just teeny tiny crosses on the dots to kind of separate everything. I'm not a huge fan of the grid pattern for myself, but then for the past couple months I've been doing just dots, and I decided to do these little crosses, and this is sped up 10 times. So you can imagine how long this took to do these, but I really like the way that it turned out, and it was a fun way to just kind of change up my habit tracker a little bit. So one thing that I miss about the Nuna is having enough space on one page to have my habit tracker and my calendar and my monthly goals all on one page. But I am slowly getting used to this different setup. So now I have an entire page dedicated to my goals, which is nice because it gives me more room to write about them. And I'm a big goal setting person. So what I've done on this page is I've broken my goals down into 3 different categories that are very important in my life. So I have work, fitness, and then personal. And under work is all my blogging and YouTube stuff, and then under fitness is going to obviously just be my health and fitness, so whether it be about working out or eating correctly. And then under personal, that's going to be more family and financial stuff that I'm going to include. And then I like to break my goals down into 3 major goals per category, and a couple of them might be smaller or things that are easily doable each day. And then I usually have one big goal for each category. And then at the bottom, where that little strip of drawn washi tape is, that is where I do my accountability. I only had the room to write accountable on this strip, so that's what it says. But it's my accountability section, and this is where throughout the month, so once a week, I just log in with myself and check out where I'm at and really hold myself accountable to my goals and say, am I following along with what I wanted to accomplish this month? Like, is it possible for me to reach this big goal that I have set for myself? So on the next page is my gratitude log. I've been doing gratitude for a long time now, and it is a huge part of my day. Every single day, I really take time to sit down and do it, but every month I'm a little back and forth between whether I want to doodle my gratitude or write it. So this month I labeled this as gratitude doodles, but after I was creating it, I kind of decided that what I want to do is I want to doodle what my gratitude is for the day, but I also want to very small write under it, what that doodle represents and what it means to me as far as gratitude goes. So to go with the travel theme, of course, I used a little passport looking thing for the word doodle. And then I just did this very fun, funky lettering for gratitude. And to keep this page simple, I just drew a box around it, and that's where everything will go inside of it. Hopefully it will all fit. So if you haven't noticed yet, I have not used a single ruler in this video. For a long time, I was a big perfectionist, and having a ruler and having my lines be perfect was massive. And over the years, one of the things that I've worked to let go of is this idea of perfectionism, because when I had that, I found that I was a lot more stressed in my journal. And now that I am not using a ruler as often and I'm just kind of letting things be the way that they are, even when they're not perfect, I found that I'm much more content in my own journal. I encourage you to try it if you are a ruler addict like I was. Just give yourself some room and just try, and you might find that you really like the more flexible look of your journal. So this page is my workout tracker. So one of my goals for this coming month is to work out for 22 days. So that gives me 9 days off, I believe, right? If my math is correct. But I want to work out 22 times. So similar like a mood log or something, I'm going to fill each of these in as I do it. So it's just another accountability page. But this past month, July, has been awful for me as far as working out. We went camping, and then after that, I just couldn't get back into the swing of doing it, and I had no desire. Plus my husband and I are like elbow deep in Game of Thrones. We're almost done, and that eats up my evenings when I normally work out. So this next page is also related to my health and fitness. Summer is almost over, and every single year I find myself promising, you know, this is the year, this is my summer, and then it it never works the way that I want it to. So instead, I've just decided to really hone in on these goals, and so this is my health in one line a day. So if you've seen on Instagram or somewhere else, they are called one line a day spreads, and it's something that you just write about your day in just one line. So it's like a diary entry. And for that, it will just be about my health and fitness. So if I felt like I did good, or what I felt like I need to improve on. So now we're on to the last 2 pages of the August setup. And this first one is one I haven't done in months and months and months. I haven't done a mood tracker, but I realize that I can be very wish-washy with my mood. Like, I can have a great day and then I can turn around the next day and have an awful day. And I just kind of want to have a place to compare this to my habits and my goals and such. So I decided this month I would try again to track my mood. So I just created this 31-day box thing, and I didn't create it as a calendar. It's just 1 through 31. And then those bottom 4 boxes you see are my key. So the way I'm doing this, instead of filling it in with colors, is at the bottom I've created these little travel patterns to represent each day. So the airplanes represent amazing, and then the cars are going to represent okay, and then the suitcases represent meh, which is like, you know, not good but not awful, and then the last one is bad, and it's martini glasses, because I sometimes want a martini when my day's really bad. Well, not usually a martini, but something. So I figured that this would be really fun, and it'd look really cool when it was all filled in, so I'm hoping that I can keep up with it. And then just to fill in my last page, because I don't really know what to do with a right-hand side of a page at the end of a monthly log, I decided to do a quote that went right along with my theme. And it says, "Life is meant for good friends and great adventures." So that wraps up my entire August setup. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you want to copy any of it or recreate any of it, I would be happy to see it. I would love to see it. Please tag me on Instagram. I'm trying to do better there. And as always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate every single one of them, and every comment that comes in I'm so thankful for, and it helps me a ton. So thank you for your support, and if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.